My whole neighborhood is underwater. There are corpses all over the city. The stores are being looted. All residents of New Orleans are now refugees. Now I have a taste of what people in war-ravaged countries go through. Ihsan Mohandi said this about his hometown and neighborhood after Hurricane Katrina hit New Orleans on August 29, 2005. A personal eyewitness account is that of Judy and Danny Rowinski. Judy and Danny Rowinski decided to stay home in Hickory, Louisiana and not evacuate. They had been through a number of hurricanes before and said that the only difference was the intensity. Judy was a nurse at a hospital in Slidell and decided to risk going to work on the morning of August 29, 2005. After she got there, at 6:30 a.m., Hurricane Katrina hit land. The first floor of the hospital began to flood due to the wind pushing the rain into the building. The power went off and the generators kicked in, but they couldn't maintain the air conditioning. The generators ran the hospital equipment and lights. Some of the hospital equipment had to be run on batteries. Shortly after that, they couldn't even drink the water because of the contamination from the storm. After working its second 12-hour shift, she laid down. At about 9:30 a.m., she was awakened by the sound of cracking glass. The window had gotten a 6-foot-long diagonal crack. She and everybody else had to be moved into the hallways. There was water coming into all of the room windows, and towels were put down to stem the flow. The eye of the storm finally arrived, and there was calmness in the city. The wind and rain started howling and roaring again, blowing from the other direction. The hospital sign crashed through a room and into the hallway. There were some injuries that were brought into the hospital from windows breaking and furniture crashing into people. Meanwhile, in the town of Hickory, Danny Rowinski was watching the storm and videotaping it. The trees were swaying violently, the power lines were down, and there was already some trees down. He had to go back inside at around 7:30 a.m. because the wind gusts and rain were gaining speed quickly. He took the family pictures and put them into a closet. The back bathroom had water pouring into it from a tree branch that had punctured the roof and ceiling. He hadn't even heard the tree tear into the house because of the high volume of wind and rain. On the enclosed back porch, he watched the trees and treetops fall. Some very large and old trees were actually being ripped up by their roots. Their land was no longer a thickly treed pine paradise. He couldn't even walk on the ground because of the treetops and trees that had fallen all over the land. The treetops were a result of intermittent tornadoes that were spawned through the hurricane. The neighbor's house looked like it had a 20-foot hole in the roof from where a tree had fallen down on it vertically. There was a tree on the gate which he had to climb over to see if the roads were passable. From as far as he could see, there were trees down and no clear road.